Hello and welcome to a karting video. So today I got quite an interesting opportunity. Last year I did BIKC. Last year as well as the year before that I did a bit of BUKC, which is basically it's the university's championship with Club 100 karts. So it's basically Club 100 for universities. So I've got some experience, a full season experience of Club 100 karts. So I did get the opportunity to have a go in a KZ kart, and I said no because at that time I had no experience other than rental karting, not even Club 100 karts. So I turned that down, but today is a nice opportunity. I am going to be in a ProKart. I mean, it's going to be good fun. So my friend has a kart and he told me of just sorting out the settings, testing it basically, test day. And yeah, he said that they were basically a man down and he said, do you want to come? And it helps cover the cost for them. It's a cheap price for me to test the ProKart out, so I jumped on the opportunity. So the testing will be happening at K&E, so Karting North East, or as you may know the track as Warden Law. Ironically, I actually have quite a lot of experience there. So my experience at Warden Law is I had to go in their old rental karts when I did it with my university's in-house internal competition. We did that twice, so we did that last year at Warden Law and the year that's just gone. So I did that in their old karts as well as their new fleet. I have experience there in a Club 100 kart, as I did it for Bucks last year. Sorry, not last year, but the year before last year. And I also have experience in their new fleet as I did it one of the K&E's championship rounds there. So I've got experience in their old karts, their new karts, and I've got experience in a Club 100 kart. So I've got, I would say, an okay understanding of the track. However, a ProKart is a lot quicker, a lot lighter, and the brakes are a lot sharper. So I'm going to have to use that knowledge of the track and take my time into the ProKart and see sort of what I can do with that. I mean, the weather's looking nice, it's kind of sunny. Hopefully it doesn't get grey when I start leaving. But it's looking like a good day for karting. So my hair was looking a little rough this morning, so I made sure to go get a haircut. So the plan of action for today is I need to have a shower and shave, and then we're going to leave to go K&E. It's about just under 2-hour drive, so potentially may get some food on the way or try and pre-make food and take it with me. I'm not too sure how long we're going to be at the track for, but we're looking to get there for 3 o'clock. And when we get there, we'll talk more about the kart, the track, and just the day really. Right, now I'm all ready and clean. Just got to pack my bag, that's all that's left. I'm going to take my GoPro just in case that they do have a camera mount, and if not, I'll ask my friend to hopefully get some footage for me of me going around the track and try and get as much of it as I can, so then you guys can see something as well. But hopefully I'll be able to use it on my helmet if needs be as well, but we'll have to wait till we get there. So all I'm going to pack, just some more shorts and t-shirt and a thermal, just in case it does get a little nippy later. I have all my karting stuff in my car already, and then it's just taking my GoPro, maybe some food and some drinks, and that's it. So yeah, we'll pack up and we'll get on the road. Also, something I would almost 100% suggest is taking this stuff. If you're not taking creatine, just take it. It's a little bit of powder, and you can have all types of flavours. You can have the normal stuff. I mean, this is, what is it, blue raspberry. I mean, I think it's one of the best flavours there. There's, I mean, anything I've had that's blue raspberries always tasted good. But the reason you should take it is because it's great for brain health, promotes performance, you know, like mind focus, strength, energy. It's just great, even for your muscles. So you all naturally have some of it already in your body, but this just tops it up. And personally, you'd be daft not to, especially if you can't, because especially for your mental side of things, it's exactly what you need. So it's about, as I said before, about an hour 45-minute journey. I've put a picture, I'll put it up here just so you can see. But yeah, it shouldn't take too long, just up the road. We'll do some karting, come back, and then we'll do a debrief from there. So we've had to make a little pit stop because the petrol I had in the car I thought would make it there and back, and my judgment was terrible. So we had to get petrol on the way. Now I haven't filled up with petrol yet, but there happened to be a Mackey's nearby and I was also busting for the toilet. So I used the toilet, and I've seen they've got a new McFlurry. Now I know it says Jaffa Cake on it, but it's not Jaffa Cake. I believe it should be a Milky Way. So I thought I'd try that out because the last Toffee Crisp one was actually pretty good. Doesn't beat the Malteser one, but thought we'll do a bit of a review. I mean, it's alright. A little on the sickly side of things with the sauce. I mean, it's not bad. I'll have it again, but I'd rather pick Maltesers personally. Yeah. And I can't imagine the Jaffa Cake one being that nice either. But yeah, I got a large 9-nugget meal with a Tropicana orange juice because I don't like getting too much pop or big drinks because I don't want to be too full and feel sick. So yeah, this might also sound a little daft, but I have a favourite chicken nugget shape, and ironically it's actually the name of a corner at Wilton Mill, and it's the Boot. I have to eat these first, I don't know why, but the Boot always goes first.
Did he go wide? Obviously, he said it nicely, so.
So I realised I wasn't talking too much in between sessions. This was purely just because there was 4 of us there on the day, and from how the sessions were being ran, we would do a 15-minute session, then there'd be another session, then we would be on straight after. So there weren't much time in between, and I was kind of just spending time with those people and talking to them, and if anything, just trying to learn anything I could with ProKarts. And I felt like I learned quite a lot. In my first session, I took it nice and easy. I was staying off curbs, I was braking nice and early, I was at times not braking but just lifting off the throttle so I could see what the corner felt like. Just getting comfortable with the kart. And in fairness, in my first session there was one corner, I think it was going through the centre, went just a little too wide, clipped the dust and just on the exit, and it just caused me to go into a little spin. But I think after that I was kind of comfortable, because it as well wasn't my kart. I was really sort of, what's the word? I want to say it is sort of held back, but I was very sort of concerned and conscious and aware of obviously the fact it weren't my kart. So I was taking it really nice and easy because I didn't want to damage it. So in my second session, things were actually going really well. The temperature kind of dropped. It kind of got a lot colder as well from the first session. Not by much, but a little bit. But it was bizarre because in between my first and second session, the sun had come out and it got really hot. So it actually got to a point where I changed my thermal just into a normal t-shirt because I thought the sun was going to stay out. And in fact, it ended up just going straight in again. So it got pretty chilly. But yeah, I had my second session and I went out with a bit more confidence. I kind of had the, what's the word? I guess support and sort of, I guess, the pass to just send it. So I was using a lot more curbs in the second session. I was actually trying to go a bit more into corners with purpose rather than staying back, holding back and learning. But I felt like I learned what I needed to know. I asked questions on what I could do to improve, and I kind of just went with my gut feeling, I guess. So I just kind of sent it, and you know, it was going really well. I felt like I was getting quicker. I felt a lot more comfortable. I mean, I was in the first session I didn't overtake anyone. In the second session I did overtake one person and I was catching up to this girl in a pink helmet. But this is where it got interesting. So one, I remember going into gasworks, and because for me the pedals were just a little too far for how I would like it, I felt like I was overreaching. So I'm kind of reaching for the brake, and I found out quickly in gasworks like what the lockup really feels like. I didn't spin out. I managed to save it. If it was a wet day, I definitely would have spun out. But I think thankfully, because it was a very dry day, I was able to keep my composure and I was able to not spin out, thankfully, and keep myself straight. And luckily, I didn't go into the barrier. However, later on, this is where it got interesting. So I was doing another lap and I felt like I was getting quicker, getting close to the girl ahead of me in the pink helmet. And then I was going through, what was it, the first hairpin at Warden Law. And I hit my braking. Well, as I'm approaching, I've come out on the exit. I'm on good speed. I've used the cut-off area. I've used that as much as I could. I've moved to the left, well, middle of the track, just to avoid the big bump. I've got into my braking. I braked, I turn, and the car just goes straight. So my mate made it clear to me before even starting this whole thing that if I broke anything, I'd have to pay for it. That I was fully aware of. Now, I've gone into this crash and I thought, oh crap, I've just smashed the car into the barrier. Something's broke or snapped, and I felt, oh, I'm going to have to pay something here. And I was hoping it wasn't expensive. But it was quite a bizarre situation, and I believe I'll put the video there. It's not a very long clip, just a 3-second clip, but I've also got a picture, so I'll add that as well. But what has seemed to happen is the reason it wouldn't turn, so when I've turned, the wheels have just cambered in, so they were facing one another, and all it was is I believe it is called the steering rod. It literally just come out from where it was connected from the steering column underneath, and it turns out all it was a bolt had come undone, and it just basically the screw had come up and the steering rod has just come out, and that's what caused it to not work when turning. So ironically, it wasn't a skill issue or a talent issue, it was actually a mechanical issue. So we found that quite interesting, and I was absolutely bricking it, but thankfully it wasn't the end of the world. So what I found quite funny was the fact I believe, caused the yellow flag, and we had to kind of leave the car, and then at the end of the session, the two people who kart it was then had to run onto the to the circuit and save the car, and that's when they were like, oh yeah, this is just what happened, and we were actually quite surprised that I guess how lucky I was, because that could have easily been a big spend crash, but thankfully it was some minor little issue. And what was interesting as well is it wasn't just one bolt. Turns out the other bolt for the other wheel had also come off, so it could have easily been 2 steering rods coming off, so I could have easily turned left or right and it just completely failed on me. But thankfully, obviously, no, I wasn't hurt. I didn't crash into anyone. The kart wasn't damaged. I may have sent it a little hard into the curbs, and I did go wide into turn 1 by accident because I braked stupidly late because I missed my reference and I hit a bit of a divot in the ground. But thankfully, the kart's fine. It was only minor issues, and I had a really good time. Like, I'm very, I guess, fortunate and thankful that the opportunity came up at such an affordable price for me as well. And I mean, it's really made me more interested in my karting now, especially knowing now how the ProKarts feel. If you guys have enjoyed the video today, please feel free to like, leave a comment and subscribe.